This may be the most haunting mystery you've ever encountered. Today, we unravel the layers of one of America's most perplexing true crime stories, the disappearance of the Sodder children on a chilly Christmas Eve in 1945. A story so chilling, so unresolved, it will send shivers down your spine. It's Christmas Eve in Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sodder household, a bustling family of two loving parents, George and Jenny, and their 10 children, is filled with holiday warmth and cheer. Even though life has its challenges, tonight is about family bonding, laughter, and the anticipation of gifts. The twinkling Christmas tree provided a charming backdrop to their cozy living room. Little did they know, this night would become chillingly famous, igniting questions that remain unanswered to this day. At approximately 1 a.m., Jenny Sodder wakes suddenly. There's an unusual sound on the roof, something like a loud thud and rolling. Assuming it might be the wind or perhaps one of the children, she drifts back to sleep. But then, she's awake again, not by a sound, but by the disturbing scent of smoke. The Sodder family home is ablaze. Flames roar as George and Jenny leap into action. Those present, George, Jenny, 4 of their children, escape, coughing and disconcerted, into the frigid December night. But where are the other 5 children? Though they had gone to bed earlier that evening, they appear to be missing. The inferno only grows stronger, engulfing the home in moments. Heartbreaking chaos ensues. George tries to re-enter the burning house to save his missing children. A ladder, typically kept by the side of the house, has mysteriously vanished. His truck, his beacon of hope to reach town for help, won't start despite being in perfect condition that day. Desperation was mounting. A neighbor places an emergency call to the fire department, but there's a critical delay. Firefighters did not arrive until 7 hours later. By then, there was nothing left but smoldering ruins. The Sodder family could only watch in despair. Official investigations concluded that the 5 children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, all perished in the fire, their remains reduced to ashes due to the heat and prolonged burning. But here's where the story begins to baffle. Findings of fire investigations reveal bones or teeth typically remain even in extremely high-temperature fires. Yet oddly, none were found. Furthermore, there was no trace or smell of burning flesh, which would have been expected during this level of tragedy. Was it really just a fire, or was there something far more sinister? George and Jenny Sodder start receiving anonymous theories. A bus driver claimed he saw people resembling their children being taken away the night of the tragedy. A local woman spotted unrecognizable children watching the flames from a car parked by the roadside. Another strange letter reached the Sodders via mail. Coincidence or conspiracy? Adding to the mystery, in 1949, the Sodders financed an excavation of the fire site. Astonishingly, partial human vertebrae are discovered. Lab analysis confirmed they didn't match the ages of their missing children. Every clue uncovered only deepened the grim mystery. Haunted and driven, George Sodder put up a billboard on Route 16. A desperate plea and a promise of reward for anyone with conclusive answers to the fate of his children. The billboard remained on display for over 30 years, but left those questions unanswered. In 1968, a photograph of an adult man reaching the Sodders stirred suspicion that he resembled their missing son, Louis. The Sodders hired private investigators to explore these new claims, but strangely, the detectives vanished without a trace during their inquiry. Could it be an orchestrated abduction involving mafia disputes, government manipulation, or personal vendettas? While theories swirled rapidly, George Sodder expressed his undoubted belief, stating, "They didn't die in the fire." Who would commit such a heinous act and erase all evidence so cleanly? If the children were abducted, why wasn't there any ransom demand or contact from the captors? George Sodder never stopped his search, but his untimely death in 1969 and the eventual passing of Jenny in 1989 left the case as an enigma. The surviving Sodder children and their descendants also struggled with unanswered wounds. Many speculate that the Sodder case was one of the first instances of modern-day missing children phenomena, and it underscored an alarming lack of preparedness during emergencies. The Sodder Children mystery is a chilling saga locked in the archives of America's unsolved cases. How did 5 children disappear from a burning house without a trace? What's your theory on the case of the Sodder children? Share in the comments below. True crime addict or not, this case compels you to wonder, could something this baffling happen again?